The other day I saw this post, I think it was on Longboard Fam by Ryan Farmer. Ryan Farmer is a luger, downhill skater, event organizer extraordinaire. And he made this post where he was criticizing a certain trend that we've been seeing in downhill skating videos, where we just see a lot of clickbait being used in the titles of the videos, and the thumbnails are a little clickbaity too. They'll be saying things like insane or crazy, or they'll list like a speed that'll be like 100 kilometers per hour, 70 miles per hour, blah, 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 blah. And he was basically just criticizing this as being clickbait and being of low quality. And I kind of feel the same way, but I couldn't really feel like I was justifying the way that I was feeling. I just felt like I was hating, and I can't just be hating. So I had to figure out exactly what it is that is making me feel this way. So I guess the question is, why do people make these videos, or at least why do they kind of market them this certain way with these titles and these thumbnails? And I mean, the answer is for views, obviously. So then follow-up question to that is why do we want views? And I think there's really three different reasons why you might want to get views. The first of which is you are feeling like you have a sense of responsibility to expose the world to downhill skateboarding and to therefore encourage others to also take on the niche, hobby, sport, art, whatever you want to call it, of downhill skateboarding. But I don't really think these videos are trying to do that, because if you really wanted to introduce people to downhill skateboarding, you wouldn't show them the most dangerous stuff possible. You'd show them something that's much more accessible. I think this reason is kind of that's out the window. That's not really the reason. The second reason why is possibly monetization. You want to make some money off of your downhill skateboarding. Downhill skateboarding is not really a good way to make any money. And honestly, the whole monetization of skateboarding is kind of a different topic for a different video, and I'm not going to get that off track with this one. And the third reason is really just revolves around the idea of getting attention. I think the type of attention that is sought from these videos is the attention of the broader community of the world. There's a big part of my identity that lies within skateboarding. I think if I were to describe myself with the top three most defining aspects of who I am, probably downhill skateboarding would be a part of that. I like building skateboards. I like skateboarding. I like going on trips to skateboard. I like talking about skateboarding with people that don't skateboard. I like talking about skateboarding with people who do skateboard. I have a whole YouTube channel where I just talk about skateboarding. I really like it. And I think my disdain for these other types of videos is because they're not for me. There is a clear conscious effort to make it so that these buzzwordy videos get placed in the laps of people who are not a part of skateboarding. And you might be able to say, well, why can't me as a skateboarder watch these skateboarding videos? I mean, they are skateboarding videos. Why shouldn't I like these? And really the problem is these videos aren't for skateboarders. They're meant for people that are coming from outside of the skateboarding world to consume and watch. And what do these people do? They watch the video and they add to the view counts because they're like, wow, I'm about to see something dangerous. And they maybe make a comment, one of the 5 same comments you see on every single one of these videos that they just saw from another video. They don't try to start downhill skateboarding. They don't go to events. They don't buy gear. They don't add to the culture of downhill skateboarding. Some grainy handy cam footage, and then they shift over to getting better and better, and it follows this personal progress of somebody, and usually they finish with some cliche thing about how downhill skateboarding gives them freedom and whatever. Not to say none of this is true, it's just doing the same thing, and it's something that us as skaters have seen so many times. And they know that, the makers of this video. So why are they still making the same video? It's because these are meant to be shown at some film festival somewhere where a bunch of people who don't skate are going to be there. And again, it's not for a skating audience, right? The group of people that are advancing the culture of skateboarding. It's meant to get attention from outsiders. It's meant to get attention and say, hey, this video that I was a part of was in a film festival. Isn't that impressive, mom and dad? Right? It's looking for attention from a place that has never wanted to give attention. That sounds really bad after the mom and dad comment, but the only documentary style downhill video that I can really think of that I've ever had a good amount of respect for is Couchman. Couchman is made by Kayvon Zamanian. I'm not really sure. Cool name. Not sure how to say it. And in this video, he obviously documents the culture of Asheville, North Carolina downhill skateboarding, kind of like the mecca of downhill skateboarding right now. And sure, it's filled with clips of skating, but some of the most memorable sequences in the video are these interviews where people will talk about things that only us in the downhill skateboarding community think about. Things like the idea that this is extremely dangerous and you can die, and people do die sometimes. And actually coming to terms with this reality instead of just thinking it's fine, whatever, it'll be all right. They actually approach that and actually have a conversation about it. Or the idea that we've all thought of is, when does this stop? When do I stop doing this? I know that my body is not going to be able to withstand this forever. And I would love to keep doing it. And they actually talk about this. Will Royce does this interview where he talks about how he's in it for life and how sometimes people drop off and that's okay. They get an injury or they have a family or they just have less time to skate than they used to. And this is something that I've thought about. And when I see this, it's not a conversation I've ever had with any skaters. But when I watch these conversations happening in this video, it makes me feel like I am a part of this community. And community is something that all humans are looking for. When we went through COVID, we all know very well, and obviously we sought out community. We were yearning for it, we were searching desperately for it, and didn't have it. And videos that actually contribute to our community are respected and appreciated because we feel something from it. We, as downhill skateboarders, people who are contributing to the culture of downhill skateboarding, we appreciate when somebody is contributing back to us. And these viral videos, they aren't. They're taking elements of it and they're trying to get respect from somewhere else outside of the community. And it's okay to, spread your arms a little bit, but when all the videos that somebody posts are these viral videos, it's looking like they don't appreciate the culture that has been built for them in previous times, or the culture that is still being built right now. And when I watch videos like Couchman, these videos that have artistry, that actually talk about things that I've thought about maybe in my own head, they make me feel like there's people out there that are like me. And that's a good feeling to me. I'm lucky that there's skaters that I skate with on a regular basis who live in my vicinity that are a part of my skating community, and I feel close to them and they are my friends. And this element of community as I skate longer and longer becomes one of the most important parts of skateboarding in general. It's the friendships and relationships that you have with people. And these videos that target people outside of the community that show that their attention is on gaining the following of a bunch of people that don't actually care about downhill skateboarding, it feels extremely disingenuous. It feels selfish. They're looking for attention from a community that does not want to contribute to the skating community. In fact, all they want to do is make a comment that will get a ton of likes because their comments are just cut and pasted. They want that attention. So these videos just become like this little rotating cesspool of attention grabbing. And just because a video gets clicks, gets views, gets whatever, gets attention, doesn't necessarily mean that the video is a bad video. But if the video's point is to get the clicks, if the whole purpose of posting the video is to get those views, that's where it gets self-indulgent. Just like any art form out there, whether it's a genre of music or a type of movie or something like that, the cultures within these get advanced from within the cultures. So when you see that people are trying to seek advancement of the culture from outside, these outside sources that don't actually care about it, it feels very disingenuous. Go make more skateboarding videos. We're out here watching.